Somatosensation is the ability to feel touch, pain, and temperature. We detect stimulus through mechanoreceptors. These signals are then sent to the thalamus and then to the primary somatosensory cortex. Regions in this area of the brain are drawn on a somatotopic map, larger if they are more sensitive and more complex. For example, the hands take up a huge portion of this map because of the fact that there's so many nerves, which we use for fine motor skills. The ability to feel pain is called nociception, and on the topic of nerves, it's speculated we feel phantom pain because damaged nerves still fire and process signals. So while one's limb may be gone, the nerves that used to be connected to it are still firing, so it's telling the brain that the limb is still there. Now we're going to talk about taste and smell, or gustation and olfaction, and these two senses are very related to each other. Both are chemical senses, meaning that the receptors bind to chemicals rather than stimuli. And chemicals can be stimuli, but in order for them to qualify as such, they actually have to cause some sort of change in their environment, and not all chemicals do this. So with olfaction, its chemicals are referred to as odorants, and those bind to olfactory receptors in the olfactory epithelium. So it's believed that odorants bind via a lock and key method. Some believe that this process varies for each odorant based on its shape and size, and that it will bind to specific receptors based on this. This is known as the shape theory of olfaction. So taste receptor cells bind in a similar way to taste buds, and contrary to popular belief, taste buds are not the bumps on the tongue, but what's in between the bumps. The chemicals that taste receptors bind to are called tastants. And our perception of flavor comes from the tastants in the food, and the odorants of the food which travel from the mouth to the nose. So now I've covered the 5 main senses, and it's important to note that each sense influences another. This is called multimodal perception, wherein multiple senses contribute to create one perception, and this is generally processed better than all these senses separately. Another thing to consider is that when we do have one strong sense, having more and more senses will help less and less to interpret the stimuli. This is known as the principle of inverse effectiveness. I hope this video was able to help you. If you want to review the other senses, hearing and vision, I have videos on those. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.